Okay, it's December 10th, 2011. I cleaned up the pan. There was some uneven surface areas. So I got out my floor scraper. So I recommend that everybody that does anything with flooring or shower get one of these. It's just a lifesaver. That and a claw hammer. We got rid of some of the high spots at the entry here. It was really high. I floated the pan a little bit wet, so a lot of the water settled down at the drain, and I had to basically level that out too, so that my tile fell just below. See, that still needs to be taken out there, just below the drain, so that when I put my thin set on, it's dead even with the drain, or a little bit above. So, and then what I did was I went around, I got my shower layout, laid it out on AutoCAD, and so I kind of figured out what I was going to do. I'm going to do a diagonal pattern at hip high above, and a running bond pattern with the 8x16 below, and then in the obviously we'll do the mosaic on the floor, and then in the niche we'll also do the mosaic. So the first thing I did was found the center mark on my wall between the two corners, and then laid up a level and drew a line level with the level basically all the way down. And then what I'm going to do, and what everybody should do, and what I'm learning through my numerous visits to YouTube, is the trick to this is to start on your second course. One, for the reason you do not want to put you obviously don't want to put any penetrations down below the pan. So because these are heavy tile, we need to put a ledger board in to support them, and that's the second reason, is to you start up on that second course, work your way up, and then you come back and you finish that first course. So because you don't have a level surface either. There's it's not completely level. It's somewhat level all the way across, but it's extremely difficult to get that to float level, especially when you're on your knees in this pan and you're trying to reach 4 feet beyond you, and you're sticking a level in there, and you've got your float in your other hand, and it just it's not an easy chore. Anyways, had I had it to do again, I would have, there's really no other way to do it. You have to install the walls and then float your final pan. But anyways, we've got plenty of good slope, and we had to really straighten out that curb, because again, I mixed the mud a little bit too wet, and the curb sort of kind of sagged down at the bottom there. And then I formed this in, but unfortunately the mortar didn't get quite down and cover the diamond metal lath that I put in to form the curb. So I'm just basically going to take the thin set and fill that in while I'm doing this. Let that dry, and then I'll have a base there for tile. So we are about to get started here. I'm going to go out, cut my ledger board, set my ledger board. So again, basically what I did was I took my wall tile, and then I set down my floor tile, because I want the wall tile to be above that. And then basically did this, and then did it all the way around the shower. Drew a line, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a grout joint thickness for the bottom, and half of a grout joint thickness. So that I'm going to do a 1/16 of an inch. I'm going to do these real thin, so about 3/32 of an inch above that. So I'm going to go back and find my high line, my highest point, and then I'm going to start from there. So I need to determine that, and then from there I'll go back with the level and I'll redraw the line, and then I'll have my starting line for my ledger, and I'll videotape that as soon as I get to that point.